Today is a sad day for football. Jurgen Klopp has announced that he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season, and this can only be viewed through the prism of sadness for football. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that rivalry exists. I understand that tribalism exists. And you may love Jurgen Klopp. You may hate Jurgen Klopp. You may find his touchline antics frustrating. You may not like the way that he conducts himself in press conferences. You may not like the way he conducts himself off the back of a win. You may not like so many things about Jurgen Klopp, but what you must concede is that he is elite. And having Jurgen Klopp in the Premier League makes the Premier League a richer product, a better product. He is box office, he is Hollywood, but crucially, he is the best in class. He is phenomenal at his job. And the Premier League is losing a diamond. We are losing an icon. This is a sad day for football. It might be a good day for your team. It might be a good day for your hope of securing silverware. And it may be a good day for you if you don't necessarily like Liverpool. But if you look at it from a more sort of existential sense, the Premier League is losing something important. So I see it as a sad day. Think of it in a way, certain institutions in football, they transcend rivalry. Leeds United, I'm a Chelsea fan. Chelsea and Leeds have a huge rivalry. I have absolutely no love for Leeds. But the Premier League is a richer place having Leeds United in it, and I therefore want Leeds United in the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp makes the Premier League a better place. So we are losing something that is incredibly special. And it's interesting to use the word special because 9 years ago, I remember his press conference. In that press conference, he referred to himself as the normal one. There is nothing normal about that man. He is exceptional. He is the best in class. He is elite. And I think you can easily argue that pound for pound, he is the best manager in the world. I think it's fair for me to say that he is the best manager ever for Liverpool. I know that there are some icons here, and I don't want to take anything away from Shankly's contribution. But what Liverpool built under Jurgen Klopp is exceptional. It is fantastic. And for me, it is unrivaled. I know the trophy hall doesn't match what happened to Liverpool in the 80s. I understand that the era that Liverpool owned isn't this era. Klopp didn't own the era. Liverpool teams of a bygone era did. But that is as much to do with the contribution of Manchester City as anything else. I saw a fantastic video. It was an interview with some Liverpool fans when they found out that Bill Shankly was going to retire in 1974. And they are perplexed, they are heartbroken, they are bewildered, they are baffled, and they are upset, genuinely upset. And I think that the kindest thing that you can say about Klopp is to draw parallels on that day in 1974. Liverpool in 1974, you have to check out the footage. You can compare the feeling around Liverpool when Shankly retired, and you can make parallels to the feeling around Liverpool when Klopp retired. Is there a more alerting way to the brilliance of Klopp than that? Drawing parallels from Shankly directly to Klopp. The feeling is similar. The contribution to the club is similar. And that is what Jurgen Klopp has done for Liverpool. Think of his contribution. 466 games, 283 wins, 972 goals, a win percentage of just under 61%. He is the main man. There is no doubt about it. He is exceptional, and losing him is it's a travesty, really, for the league. Look, there are moments where I don't like Klopp. There are moments where he winds me up. There are moments where I find him incredibly frustrating, incredibly rude. But ultimately, the man is an icon. And as football fans, we have to appreciate the icon status. What he has done at Liverpool since he arrived, referring to himself in a self-deprecating way as the normal one, what he has done to that club is exceptional. And you don't even have to break it down to individual trophies, individual performances. You can actually just understand it in this phrase. He brought the power back to Liverpool. Liverpool, as an institution, as a footballing institution, is a footballing powerhouse. When I was growing up, I would always hear Liverpool, this is what they did. This is what they did in Europe. This is the power of the club. This is how many titles they've won. And I never witnessed it. Yes, there were some brilliant teams in my lifetime. That McManaman, McAteer, Fowler, Barnes team could easily have won the league that year. But they didn't. They didn't. It took Klopp. It took the relentlessness of Jurgen Klopp. It took the brilliance of Jurgen Klopp to inspire Liverpool to get back to where they once belonged, to coin a phrase from a Scouse band. That's what it took. If you think about what Jurgen Klopp's contribution to that Liverpool team was, it was unbelievable. Think about what they did. Think about that year that they went all the way in the Premier League title race. They went all the way. They accrued a despicable amount of points and managed to not win the league. What did they do the following year? Did they sulk? Was it a one-off? Was it just a brief flirtation with winning the league? Surely they can't motivate themselves to go again, and guess what they did? Not only did they win the league the next year, they won it at a canter. They won it faster than anyone has ever won a league before. They won it earlier than anyone has ever done it. That's the relentlessness, that's the mentality. The mentality monster moniker has never been more appropriate. Think about it, they did it again. They did it again in Europe. In Europe, they went all the way to Kiev. They played against Real Madrid. There was the Ramos incident, slightly controversial. But ultimately, the bottom line is they got beat in Kiev. Surely that's their chance to win top-tier European silverware. It's going to be so difficult to go again. What did they do? The following season, they went and they won it. So they go all the way in a Premier League title race. They lose it. What do they do? Bounce back mentality. They go all the way in a European Cup. They get beat. What do they do? Next year, they go and they win it. They are exceptional. And this Liverpool team under Klopp is the best team that they have ever assembled. It really is truly, truly brilliant. And now I don't really know where we go. I don't know what to say here. There are just so many questions. I have so many questions. Far more questions than answers, in fact. Where will Klopp manage next? Surely he will. I mean, we need him to manage a game. Football cannot lose Jurgen Klopp this early. He's not even 60 yet. Surely Jurgen Klopp has so much more to give in football. I really believe and hope that he does. Where did Liverpool go next? This is actually FSG's biggest task, replacing Jurgen Klopp. FSG have to get this right. The legacy of Klopp must be continued. The continuity must be there for all to see. They have to get this next appointment right. Nothing that FSG have ever done at Liverpool prior to this has been more important. Who are they going to replace him with? I'll tell you whose name's going to be trending a lot. Xavi Alonso. And it will be very interesting to see how this announcement will affect Liverpool's form for the remainder of the season. They are currently fighting on 4 fronts. What impact is this news going to have on their pursuit of 4 different trophies? There was a moment, wasn't there? Didn't Sir Alex Ferguson did this? He announced his retirement in 2002. Maybe he hoped it would invigorate his team, inspire his team. They finished third that year. United finished third. Liverpool finished second. Arsenal won the double, didn't they? So it doesn't always work. And if there are any slip-ups, if there are any blips, it's going to be very interesting to see how it's perceived. Because any blip will if Liverpool lose a game, people are going to start talking about this announcement and the impact that it's had. But this is huge. It really is huge news. Please do me a favour. How big a contribution do you think Jurgen Klopp has had? Like, what sort of legacy will Jurgen Klopp leave? I think that he has been Liverpool's best ever manager, and it will be very interesting to see how this goes. What shocking news! I mean, you always hear that expression. You never forget where you are when you hear the news. I remember, older generations would say it. Never forget where you were when you heard that JFK was shot, or where John Lennon, or whatever. Where England were when you saw England win the World Cup. I honestly, when I heard that on the radio, I will never forget where I was when I heard that Jurgen Klopp was leaving Liverpool. Huge news. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be in the comments straight away.